this and get it done. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Maybe I can stop seeing so much. Oh my god.
Okay, here we go. This is going to be the problem that you have. And the AP problem that we already did, like to review the area. Remember the problem we had to find oh my gosh, I'm so tired.
What?
The area of R and S, I think it was. You know that picture that we did like on Tuesday or Wednesday or something? Anyway, the third question in that problem, the third part was like this, where it said, find the volume of the solid formed by revolving the region bounded by blah blah. This stuff about the line y equals 2. So instead of revolving stuff around the x-axis, we go around another horizontal axis that's somewhere else.
How do you do that?
So there's a couple schools of thought on how to do it, and I'll just tell you what I think is the easiest. What I do is I rewrite the problem. So I think that it's kind of easy, or it's not that hard anyway, to revolve stuff around the x-axis. So what's the equation of the line that represents the x-axis?
0.
Y equals 0, right? I go to my problem then, and instead of revolving around y equals 2, I want to revolve around y equals 0 instead, because that would be the x-axis. So I'm just going to rewrite each of these functions to model that. That if I move everything, like if I'm going to move the axis of revolution down 2, I'm going to move everything down 2. So I can rewrite this function instead. I'm going to write this as the square root of x minus 2. I'm going to use this as y equals 2 minus 2, which is obviously y equals 0. And then x equals 0, I don't have to move down because it's just a horizontal line, so I don't need to move a horizontal line down. About the line y equals 0. The first year I taught this, I didn't have this idea, and I was like really, really bad at it. Now that I do it this way, it seems very, very simple. So hopefully you guys will think that too. So again, all I did is whatever they want you to revolve it around, instead of y equals some other number, make it 0.
What if it's not a horizontal line?
I can't decide if we're going to do vertical lines or not because I looked on all of the...
Diagonal?
Oh, we'll never do diagonal lines.
No. Why is it too hard?
It's just too crazy.
No, let's
yeah.
do it.
No.
Just do one.
No, I don't even know how to do it. I'd have to go like find out. I don't know how to do that.
Come on, Miss Calc 6.
I don't know how to do it. I don't even know if they do it. Like never seen it. Vertical. I don't know how you guys feel, but we're rushing a lot already to get everything done that we need to get done. And I looked in the last like 15 years of AP problems, and they have never done a revolve around a vertical axis in like the last 15 years. So I'm kind of like.
So it's not really worth it.
So to do for
Or it's just not an important focus anymore. That's what I can't decide. You know, because these things have like trends. You know that this is a very popular question right now.
If that were to happen, wouldn't you just take your equations and find the negative reciprocals?
You would basically just do it all in terms of y instead. You would solve everything for x, and it would all be this way. So everything would be in terms.
Also find the inverses.
Not even. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So anyway, does that make sense what I did? I changed y equals 2 to y equals 0, and in order to do that, I had to subtract 2 from this. So I'm just going to go subtract 2 from everything that's in y equals form and have a brand new problem. So now this is my problem. I act as if I was given this right from the start. So I go take the square root of x minus 2, so that would be like down here, I think. Like this. I don't know where it's going to hit. Where's it hit the x-axis? At 4. 4. And good enough. And y equals 0, that's this. And x equals 0, that's this. So this is the square root of x minus 2 and 0. And I'm revolving this around the x-axis. So if I was going to draw it,
This is what it looks like.
It's going to be a funny little come.
it's going to be like a weird kind of funnely thing. Is it not hollow? have two functions to subtract or just like the one? Just one. It has no hole. Okay, I've got no inside of this because I'm talking about this entire region. If your entire region goes all the way to the axis, then when I revolve it, it's going to be solid. I won't have any holes in it. I won't have any, like, you know, crevices in the middle. So I have the integral from 0 to 4. I know it's 4 because this is where it ended. That's where it hit the x-axis. And I've got pi radius squared. And the radius of the circle is the height of the function, which in this case turns out to be below, but that's fine. So it's square root of x minus 2 squared. Dx. Could you do that by hand if you had to?
Yeah, of course.
It's been a little while since we did. I think next week I'll make sure I give you a problem that's by hand, just to make sure you still remember what to do. But like, we would take the pi out. This, I would just go through and square that, so I'd have x minus
No.
4 root
Yeah.
x plus 4. Okay, now take the antiderivative term by term. Should I do it?
You just do u for root x minus 2.
You know what? I wouldn't even use, you can't, if you tried to use a u for root x minus 2, then my du would be 1 over 2 root x, and like I wouldn't be able to
What?
find that. So I would not use substitution. I would FOIL this out and then go term by term. So I'd have integral of x is x squared over 2. This one's going to be x to the 3 halves over 3 halves. And 4 is going to be 4x. That just blow everybody's mind, or do you remember? What? Hello? She is. Yeah. Okie doke. Yeah. Bye, sure. Oh, Mr. Bauer said Thursday. Okay. He said wear something short and tight. Just kidding.
Oh dear.
Just kidding.
You gotta stop saying this stuff.
You say so many things on camera.
I'm just the messenger.
Well.
Just kidding. Joke, 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 joke. Funny, funny, haha.
Yeah. Sure.
Sorry. Do you get it? I went term by term. So like x was to the first. So I added 1 to the power and put it over the new power. What's that?
We're not done.
No, not yet. And then this was 4x to the 1/2. So I added 1 to the 1/2 and put it over that power. And then 4, the integral is going to be 4x. So then if I really want to do this, I got to plug in the 4. So 4 into the first one is going to be 16 over 2. I'll just write it like that.
88 pi over 3.
I don't know. Put this 4 in. I think if I put this 4 in, what's 4 to the 3 halves?
8.
8, right? 8 times 4. So we got 32, and that's multiplied by 2/3. Plus 4 in the other one's 16, and then minus 0. Because when I plug in the 0, they're all going to be zeros. So now we've got pi times 8 minus, oh god, 64/3 plus 16. So whatever that is. It's
No,
2
it's 2
times.
Oh,
That doesn't help.
8 plus 16 is 24 minus 21 1/3.
Oh, it's a minus sign.
Oh, minus.
So 2
Wait.
2/3 pi? That's my guess. But I'm bad at that stuff. And that's why these are not usually calculator. That's why these are usually calculator problems. They don't expect you to do all of that, like nitpicky computation yourself. They expect you just to be able to basically set it up in your calculator. Okay, let's just try one more, And then maybe like have a couple of practice and be done. And just for fun, let's use the same thing. For fun.
Take me down with the book.
You said something.
No, I didn't say anything.
And instead of on the line y equals 2, I had y equals negative 1. It's actually not, this one creates a hole in the middle, that's the only reason why I wanted to do it. So same problem, different axis. So I'm going to rewrite it. And this sounds stupid, but like in my notes I'll always write, like instead I'm using this so I can keep myself organized. So instead of the line y equals negative 1, I want to use y equals 0. So I just think, well, what does it take to get me from negative 1 to 0? All I would have to do is add 1. So once I'm clear about what I did to get from their axis of rotation to mine of y equals 0, I do that to everything. So I'm going to have y equals square root of x minus 1. I'm sorry, plus 1. And y equals 2 plus 1, which is 3.
You got like
1,000 place.
You're close.
Rounding errors.
Oh, I had my calculator ready.
Okay, do you see what I did? Why I added 1? So I add 1 to change the axis of rotation, and then I add 1 to all the others because it's the same shape. And maybe I'm not even being clear. I don't know. But if I drew this out, or I drew this out, it would look exactly the same. This just to me is easier to do than this is. This makes my head hurt a little bit more. This is a little bit more straightforward. So if I give myself a graph, the square root of x plus 1 is up here. It goes like that. Y equals 3 is here. And then x equals 0 is here. So I'm talking about this area. Okay, where this is square root of x plus 1. And this is y equals 3. And this is being revolved around the x-axis now, around the line y equals 0. So if I'm going to draw its mirror image or whatever, it's going to be this, this, this. So what's the difference between this one and the one before? There's a big space in the middle. Okay, not only just because there's this gap, but this whole thing is a big gap. So like, I've got an outermost circle, and I've got an innermost circle. So I'm going to have 2 radii subtracted. Pi r squared minus a pi r squared. First I need to figure out where these intersect, because my integral is only going to go from 0 to wherever they intersect. So since I have y equals the square root of x plus 1 and y equals 3, I can set them equal to each other to find out what x value that happens at.
4.
Oh yeah, I didn't draw it as big, did I? But it still is 4, yeah. So it's still from 0 to 4.
It's always the same.
I think because I didn't change my functions at all. Yeah. So now I've got outermost circle and innermost circle. This is the part that's just the most confusing, but it's pretty simple. So I have pi r squared minus pi r squared. What's the outermost r? 3. Okay, when I draw these, it makes me see it a little better that I'm going from the axis. I'm using like the radius of the outermost circle. That takes me all the way up to here. It's just the line 3. The innermost circle is this one, and its radius is smaller, and it's only up to here, which is the function, root x plus 1.
Can you say that again?
Sure, that's okay. So let me just see if I can draw the colors. I have like this outermost circle that connects the 2 faraway edges of this thing, and I have the innermost circle that connects the 2 inner edges of this thing. The outermost circle comes all the way up to here, which is y equals 3. So that's what goes first. The innermost circle connects the inside edge of this thing, so it's the function. Or it's the square root of x plus 1. I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but I put it in my calculator, get the answer. Done. Did you kind of get that?
I'm not sure this is an algebra kid, it's just to blow their minds.
Yeah, right.
What kind of weird
Alright, you know what let's do for homework? Do you still have that old problem from Wednesday?
It's around somewhere.
It looked like this. It had like R and had S on it. Let's just try part B.
Didn't we just do it?
We just we just did the idea. I mean part C. Part C.
I thought we just did the exact same functions.
No, this was e to the 2x minus x squared.
We don't have enough time.
Yeah, we don't have enough time, really.
Shut up. You can try it for homework, but I don't think you'll do it.
No, I wouldn't.
Maybe.
Do you want to try it?
Want to?
Right now?
Do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I'm not taking this one home.
Yeah, let's just do it and get it so we're done.
What's the function of the
There's one in there.
What are we doing?
Solid R.
Oh, right, there's like first decimals for this.
Huh? What?
Jimmy Kennedy.
It is Friday.
Ready.
Where do they enter this at?
Why do you keep saying Jimmy Kelly?
Because he told me to call him that.
No, I did not call him. Tell him.
I did not call him to tell him.
I did not tell him to call me that.
Someone can't. I'm sick. I'm like,
He doesn't know.
Alright, I don't feel like finding
What
what
affects your
that
sleep.
you have for the integral.
I can be excused.
You just have to
Not right now.
senioritis it's so hard.
Oh yeah,
Every Friday it's the hardest too though.
yeah, how do I know if it's this one? Wait, do you do outside minus inside?
Yes.
I did not feel it.
Yeah, it's ugly.
It's the worst part.
That's ridiculous.
Donkey.
Thanks.
The answer, Steve.
No, it's really not. If you understood the other stuff, this is not that hard.
Oh, we can plug this in.
Plug it in your calculator.
And then for the actual question, would you just leave it like that? Because it asks you not to.
Is this
It
set
just
up to
says
integrate? Oh yeah,
not
it does. I
evaluate.
forgot. Yep. Right, but do not evaluate. And then go expression that gives the value.
What did you get when you evaluated?
It didn't. It doesn't give it, so I don't have to go.
Well, I got 1.62 if anybody cares.
I don't know if anybody does. But I'm gonna try it.
Yeah,
Just because.
Zach got 1.62 if you care, which I doubt you do.
No, but I never.
7.377.
And this leaves plenty of time for taboo. You played the
It's
best
not
game of
one.
taboo the other day.
I heard.
No, because
It's
that was
two.
uneven teams.
Yeah, but
It's
Oh,
not
Watson's
good.
right.
But we actually like played
Watson's,
it at
Watson's
one.
bad at taboo.
Why?
We didn't
Watson's-
do
I don't
boys
want him
have
on
one
my
from
team.
the
He
Y
just
equals
says
one to
words.
the
He's
Y
like,
equals zero,
no,
then you're just
John,
we didn't
wait,
do
what?
boys versus girls. We didn't do boys versus girls.
I mixed
That
taboo
didn't all just
with
like yell
all
all
the
the time.
words that was
Oh, nice. Wait, you just like played, or did you just
Yeah,
split
we
the teams?
split it in half.
I say we do
All
it.
over again.
I like the
Schoolyard
sound that way.
style.
I'm not very good.
Captains and
I like
pictures.
doing
terrible.
that.
I'm amazing at guessing.
I'm awful at guessing. I'm really pretty good.
I just never.
What'd you get? I got 4.14. You got 1.62?
Yeah.
Zach, you fail.
Yeah. Den got 4.14, so
What is, anybody else got anything?
I did the
Let me
wrong
check
thing.
my
Who really cares, but.
entry. Oh, I forgot to square it. That's why.
Suck it.
That's nice. I got 4.15.
You're wrong.
What did you get?
4.14.
Whatever. Oh, because you truncated.
What?
That's so dirty.
Trump is when you pretend you're an elephant and try to find the answer. That's uncanny. Okay. Could we be done?
Yeah.
Yay.
Taboo.
We can play.
thank you. You missed.
How do we want to do it this time?
Did I?
I think
Got
we just put
PG.
down the middle.